It's cool. I got my people looking into it. I don't know where you're going to sleep. Is that right?
Excuse me, sir. What are you guys arresting her for?
A whole other charge.
A warrant out for what?
Sorry?
A warrant for what, sir?
There's a warrant for her. Right. You gonna record me the whole way?
The whole way, beautiful.
Why?
You're a big star.
Oh. I'm not even mad at the female. I just know him as a person against our son. It's demonic, bro. It's demonic, bro. It's demonic, bro. Like, he's so disrespectful when it comes to our son. It's disgusting, bro. And you know, I'm answering the phone. I'm saying I love you. I'm gonna be honest, bro. That's out of fear.
Y'all, not Blueface following a CPS report from prison and getting Grannon arrested. Like, if you thought Blueface being in prison was gonna stop him from being a menace and creating chaos, well, you clearly have no idea how messy this man is. Even though he's behind bars, he's still dropping some crazy tea. And this time, it's to prove that Junior's disability is allegedly all Khan's fault. Y'all, fans have been side-eyeing this whole situation for a while now, pointing out that something just seems off with the baby. But every time someone brought it up, Khan snapped, called them haters, told them to mind their business, and even accused people of trying to put bad energy on her child. And listen, this ain't even the first time Blueface has tried to warn us about Khan. But this time, he's going above and beyond. The streets are saying that CPS has allegedly opened an investigation into Chrisean, and y'all won't believe how high the stakes are in this case. There's a lot going on here, so we gotta break it down, okay? One thing about Miss Khan Sr. is that she's always playing the victim whenever anybody talks about her son and his issues. Now, don't get me wrong, talking bad about a baby is seriously messed up. But then Chrisean never really takes accountability and makes it seem like everybody else is the problem, not her. She actually went live on Instagram a couple of days ago to complain about how Blueface brings their baby up whenever they have disagreements. And recently she went public with a new mysterious man. And y'all know Blueface hates it whenever she does get with someone new.
You look pretty! That's your boo. I got boo in the video. Period, boo. It's a video, period.
So when we saw this video, we immediately knew that he was going to be crashing out behind them bars. For one, he and Croissant got married last December in a jailhouse wedding. And we also know he's cheating on her with other women because he posted a video of his other side piece.
So my name is Amani, and me and Blue been locked in since 2016, 17, and we met at work. We were shooting together, and we fell in love. No, no, but for real, like, we just kept looking at each other, kept making eye contact, and we exchanged contacts, and we just chopped it up for a cool minute. And then I came over, chefed it up, made some steak, mashed potatoes, asparagus, I ate it up. And of course I came with dessert that ate that up. And then, yeah, we took a bath, cleaned ourselves up, a bubble bath with bath bombs, you know. It was a 5-star setup. And then, yeah, let's see. Since then.
But for some reason, he still flipped out. When Khan moved on with someone new, he flipped out so badly that, according to Crowan, he brought their son, Khan Jr. into—
I don't understand, like, why are you doing this to our son? Like, all right, remember the last year, 2 years ago, he dropped a diss, I dropped a diss, he posted my son on Twitter. He just can't handle when I put my foot down, bro. Paige, it was like one of these girls. She mentioned my son, right? He posted it on his story. I'm not even mad at the female. I just know him as a person against our son. It's demonic, bro. It's demonic, bro. It's demonic, bro. Like, he's so disrespectful when it comes to our son. It's disgusting, bro. Yeah, I love him. I'm riding for him. But I know his character traits, bro. I know his patterns, bro. As soon as we beef, He hurt our kid, and it's so evil. So I need y'all to just let him know our son is off limits while we're not seeing eye to eye, please.
As bad as it sounds, I guess we shouldn't be surprised that Blueface is treating the baby badly, because he was doing the same thing since Chrisean announced her pregnancy. In fact, a few hours after she announced she was pregnant, Blueface publicly denied being the father. He tweeted, "To answer y'all questions, yes, me and Rock are officially done. It's strictly business. I tried it. Clearly it wasn't giving before. She announced she's pregnant and with somebody else's child, not mine. Rock has had encounters with 10 different men in the last year. Until I see a DNA test, then it's not mine. It's not a Blueface baby." As expected, things got pretty chaotic between them. Lots of emotions, past drama, and back and forth arguments. But in the end, Chrisean decided to go ahead and take a DNA test.
What the?
It says the alleged father is not excluded as the biological father of the fetus.
Let me hear the father. Babe, that's me, you're the father.
Is not.
You the father.
Oh, that's what that means?
Yeah, you be a kid, you a weird ass. What, you wanted to? You wanted to be a.
I'm saying,
so
are you sure?
Weird.
You didn't even read the paper.
You call me dumb, but you the slow one.
It says the alleged father is not. Why they write it like this though? They could have just been like more player.
Yeah, but they.
But if anybody thought finding out that he was a daddy would make him grow up or show a little bit of remorse, we were all the way off. Instead of stepping up, his attitude got even worse. He didn't soften up at all. If anything, he doubled down on the disrespect. He started pushing cash to get rid of the baby, straight up telling her he was going to treat her the same toxic way he'd always been treating her. It was obvious he had no plans to be a real partner or a present father. He would send texts to Croc saying stuff like, "I'm going to be a cheater forever. I'm not even going to hide it for real. You don't want to be stuck at home with a baby while I'm with the next young bee. A baby will make us stuck, and you don't want to be stuck with somebody like me, considering the way I already feel about you." Now, he didn't just pressure her to end the pregnancy. He took it to a whole other level and straight up tried to force her into it. But when Khan stood her ground and said no, Blueface went off the rails. He hopped on Twitter and let loose with a wild rant, boldly announcing that he didn't want the baby and had zero plans to ever pay child support. It was like he wanted it clear that he was going to take very little responsibility over the child. He said, "Wherever the judge is on my child support case, I told this girl I don't want the baby. She still got time to get rid of it, and she's forcing it on me. So you better make the brace right. She trying to trap me. Don't let her get you. She still got time to end all this." But even after the baby was born, he continued to insist that he wasn't the father. He would say wild stuff like, "I knew there was something off. I don't think that's my baby." The DNA test was a little weird when I read it. It seemed fake, and I had no control over that test. Plus, why would you have a baby in B-More when you're an alleged father living in LA? And the guy claiming a baby live in B-More? I think they look a lot alike. More than me. "What do you think?" He continued. "I got one baby mama and 2 kids until further notice. I'm free. This is the best news I got all year. And I'm free." There's of course more. See, as Chrisean Jr. started to get older, fans started to notice that he didn't seem to be hitting the milestones a normal child would. There were rumors that he had some sort of disability, and Blueface was more than willing to jump on that train. He claimed that Croc's actions during her pregnancy were the reason for Junior's issues. He revealed that she had smoked on the way to the hospital. He tweeted, "B smoked a blunt on the way to the hospital. B was going to do a concert, smoking before labor. You smoked your way to birth. You don't think I can get the kid for real? I have no intentions to take the baby, but if you're not showing the right signs, I'll do what's best." He also said, "My son not healthy because she drank, smoked, and got hit her whole pregnancy. She couldn't even take 1 month off." He then revealed that the baby had a hernia, and that, for some reason, she was dragging her feet about getting it. Corrected. He posted a completely inappropriate picture of Junior's privates and wrote, "This is what my son D looked like, and she worried about me. A little baby like B, get your son C right, then do what you want." Blueface made the situation even worse when he tweeted, "It's my son, I'll post his D if I want to. Who going to tell me not to? bobble up or shut up. He then went on a long rant on Twitter saying, baby still ain't had the surgery for his hernia. She lying, talking about he healthy, and she steady on here talking about me and my seat. Fix our son's seat first, then go find somebody else to ride. Everyone tag her in this post or page, whatever y'all got to do to make this happen so I can stop being the topic of her live. He also tried to expose Chrisean for doing nose candy when he tweeted, I tried to do the right thing to keep it private, but this girl keep going on and on. Leave me alone, you crack baby. She a bad mother? Yeah, she's unfit. She been pushing the surgery back, missing the appointment so she can do what she wants. I went to Baltimore thinking it's surgery, but they talk about she missed the appointment. However, Chrisean still refused to accept responsibility and claimed that the real reason Blueface did all that was that he was trying to take the baby away from her. She said, Blue knows his appointment is already set with this surgeon. Don't sit here and lie now. I've been making it to all these appointments at Baltimore. Blueface, now you pull this card trying to get my kid taken away from me, knowing I'm actually doing my best. I need y'all to back up for real. Serious. I'll be glad when they take your goofy self away from that temp murder case. Worry about that probation officer that's trying to send you to jail. But at this point, fans started to see through her actions, and she started to rebrand and act like she was leaving Blueface. Y'all know how fans said she never takes responsibility for her actions? Well, she tried to point it on Blueface, claiming that he had her in a soul tie. She also talked about how she was committed to healing and how the baby was giving her a second chance to fix herself. She wrote, the bad thoughts like, I don't want to be Rock no more. I don't want to be famous. I messed up. I should have stayed in school. But I had to separate my heartbreak from the biggest thing I prayed for in the beginning. I'm not going to move out of fear. I'm okay with moving on. I'm okay with letting go. Having a child won't stop me from making money, learning, developing more love, and time for myself. I don't need $1 from anyone to be here for this. Child. I'm blessed and highly favored, so that's the only thing that matters right now. I can't wait to show my journey through ups and downs and this experience. Through it all, I'm going to win. She also claimed that she was cutting Blueface off. She said, telling him no today was a step. But how do you get rid of a soul tie? I really had to take a step back, because still giving a part of me to him is effed up to my son. How about a man that don't want to be a father to my only son still nutting me? Man, this man texted me today and I almost fell for that. Like, what the F am I doing for real? She continued, I'm looking at my son like, hold up, cut the immature, selfish-ish out. Y'all, I'm disappointed with myself right now. Ayo, boo, go F yourself. Stop hitting me, bro. Go find another bead to cream on you. Plus, homie, that is unsafe and unsanitary. You going to F around and get HIV the way you move. But that didn't work, because it started getting clear that Junior's issues might be worse than we thought. The rumors started swirling after Kong's chaotic Instagram live last January, you know, the one where she was defending getting Blueface's mugshot tattooed on her face. In the middle of all that, people couldn't help but notice that something was off. You could hear Junior crying in the background, but the way he was crying, it just didn't sound right. Like something might have been wrong.
I wasn't in relations with Blue. We were still rough, on and off, whatever. Case may be. Alright, cool.
But on top of all that, more concerns started popping up about whether Junior might be having trouble seeing. In a bunch of videos, he was seen staring off into space, not tracking movement or reaching for things like most babies his age usually do. He could hold his head up for sure, but something still seemed off.
Louisiana chicken pasta. Then we got the baby mashed potato. Let's pray for the food. Look at his shirt too. Say Jesus.
Oh, that's great.
Baby. That's his name though. That's his middle name.
Jesus?
Yeah.
That's cool. Chrisean Jesus Malone. That's a famous name right there. Junior's gonna grow up.
Ashin got defensive, and she went live to claim that her son was perfectly fine. But fans are convinced that she's in denial, and it's kind of seeming that way. Things really hit a new level of concern at Junior's first birthday party. It became pretty clear that he wasn't able to walk or even stand on his own. Chrisean did her best to make it look like he was standing by propping him up on her legs, but y'all, the fans could see right through all that. Now sure, not every baby walks by their first birthday, and kids definitely grow at their own pace. But with all the earlier concerns already floating around, fans couldn't help but take it as another red flag, and it didn't stop there. Crone's former friend Janet came forward and claimed Chrisean was in denial about Junior's condition. She said she actually tried to get him the help he needed, but Crow allegedly shut it down. Just to show how deep her denial really goes, she's still not getting him the help he might need. She showed up to a recent event with Junior, and people noticed that even now, with him pushing 2 years old, he could barely hold his head up. It was heartbreaking to watch, and for a lot of folks, it just confirmed their fears that something's not right and that Crone is doing everything but facing it. Even Blueface's mom, Carissa, also claimed that Crone is the reason for Junior's issues. Y'all, and the fans have been making calls for Chrisean to be arrested, saying stuff like, "How is Chrisean not locked up for what she did to her baby? Obvious child neglect. WTF state does she claim to reside in? She's running from CPS and gone. Needs to be in jail for child endangerment and negligence. Harming a baby with malicious intent." Junior doesn't make eye contact or acknowledge people, and most importantly, he's not walking because of all the damage done trying to get rid of him while he was born. But y'all, word on the street is that Blueface has allegedly made an official report with CPS from behind bars, reporting for child endangerment. It seems like his report has triggered an official investigation, and it's not looking good for Chrisean. However, fans are convinced that the only reason he reported it is that he's jealous of Chrisean for moving on with somebody new, and not because he cares for little Christian Jr., but I gotta know what y'all think about this. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and then don't forget to stick around for the next video.